Termine Johnson back here, special edition NBA Today, live from Summer League, and we're now with the new head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's John Beilein. He makes the transition from Michigan over to the Cavaliers. All right, Coach, appreciate a couple of minutes.
Thank you.
And we haven't really started the season yet, so you still got to go through that transition. But how about the transition so far?
It's been great. I mean, the people in Cleveland have been great to us. The staff were very instrumental in the draft, and we had a lot of workouts. And now we've been lucky enough, almost every one of our players has come in for workouts with us, so I can give them a little idea what to expect, what to work on in the summer months.
All right, so you're in a good position in Michigan, obviously.
Yeah.
No need to leave.
Yeah.
What convinced you to
I think an opportunity, just, it was very similar. Like I was West Virginia. There wasn't any real need to leave, but this opportunity was at Michigan. Very similar. Young team, develop a program, go with it. Same thing was looking at Cleveland. Same geographical area. I'm from the Buffalo, New York area, so it just seemed like at this point, after 12 years at Michigan, right, this was, if I was going to keep coaching, this was the perfect opportunity to do that.
And I'm sure a lot played into the fact that that's what you'll be doing, just coaching.
Yeah, that
Right.
was huge. that was huge. I was joking about this is the 27th straight summer I've come to Las Vegas, and I have never, because of the AAU tournaments, I have never gone in a swimming pool one time in all that time out here. You're just in a gym. So I went swimming yesterday just for the heck of it. I just went in there. But it is different. I'd coach in basketball, and that's really good. I love my guys at Michigan. I love watching them go through their classes and the whole thing. But this is a different a different spot for me to be in, and I really like it.
And the timing has to be perfect because in a couple of years from now, high school kids will probably be eligible to come into the league. So it's really not going to be that much of a difference, but you'll have more hands-on to actually teach them.
I think that's what was a driving force from the management at Cleveland that, you guys may be aware of this. I mean, we've had 8 first-rounders in the last 8 years at Michigan. That's third of any school in the country, and we didn't really have a lot of 5-star guys. We only had one, actually. And so, as a result, it's like that's what – that development piece, I think these young kids are going to need a lot, and I think that's maybe what the management liked about what we'd be able to do, and that's the plan. Get good players and then develop the young ones.
All right, so we know you're making the jump from college.
Yeah.
Also, you got a guy on your team that's going to do that. That's Darius Garland, but we only saw 5 games
Yeah.
of him last year. So what do we know about him?
Well, we know that he's a very bright young man who loves basketball, can really shoot, and when I talked with Bryce Drew about him, he said, Coach, everybody's talking about his shooting. His best thing is really his passing. You didn't see it in the numbers at Vandy, but he can do it. And then I actually know his high school coach really well, and he just said, this young man can do it all. And so really looking forward to him. He's young, and he's going to have a really good NBA career. I love what I've seen from him so far, and it hasn't been much, though.
And, Coach, most importantly, I think for you coming over from the college game is to have that veteran presence on your basketball club. What's some of the conversations you've had with some of the guys?
Well, it started with Kevin Love. Obviously, he's probably the most veteran we have on the team. And right away, I reached out to him. We're going to meet up again here in either in the end of July or in August. He's playing on the USA team. Delhi was great to us right away. He's reaching out. We need some of those guys because I will go right to him. Not like, hey, I know it all. Let you guys teach me some things too. And I think when you give him those opportunity to take ownership of the team, tell them what they really like, what they want to do, then we sort of work together to get the best results.
Yeah, how do you earn the respect of a guy like Kevin Love, who's won NBA championships? Tristan Thompson has won an NBA championship, and you're coming from a college game, so the natural thing is, hey, I know more. I've been in the game.
Yeah, I think you build relationships with. You can't do anything. You can't do anything without building relationships with people and just be real with them and let them know. Listen, I do know this works, and there's some consistency in any game, whether it's NBA and college, that you got to do. Right? You do some of those, you'll be fine. But there's other things, the nuances, the game is changing every minute that we play it. And if you admit that and you try and grow from it and teach them, I'm going to say things to them that I know are going to grow from. They're going to tell me some things. I said, yeah, I never thought of that. You work together in it. You got to understand this is a partnership the whole way.
Yeah, it seems like you're well prepared for the transition. So who have you spoken to? Have you spoken with people to find out what it's like to make that move from college to the...
Last year I think that it became some news that I was also interested in the Detroit Pistons position. So during that time, I reached out to Billy Donovan and to Brad Stevens and had long talks with them. And they all agree that this was a really good move for me to do, and that it was something you're going to learn a lot from, but at the same time, very doable to do. Because college basketball, now we grind too. Now we're going all day long, 11 and a half months a year. You're really going, whether you're recruiting or doing something. And they said just coaching basketball is going to be a whole different thing for you. And you certainly can do it. You just got to be ready to work at it. Work's never been a problem with me.
And, Coach, you're a basketball lifer, but did they talk to you about that marathon of that 82-game season?
Yeah.
That's got to be something.
No, I think both of them that said, when we got to about 40 games, we said, well, we're about to start a college season now. And so understand that. But I think one of the big differences people think, we play almost the same amount of time now, September all the way. I mean, we were playing, fortunately, to the end of March the last 4 years. So it is, and we start now in October 1. And so in those days, you're not playing games, right? You are practicing like really hard for 2 hours. I mean, you're really going after it. And so I see that it's the same amount of work. There's just more games.
Was the program left in great hands? Juwan Howard gets an opportunity
I'm
to
so
go back
thrilled
home.
about that. No, we love it. And Juwan has been such a great graduate of the University of Michigan. From the day that I stepped in there 12 years ago, he really reached out, and he's been tremendous. So they did a great job in that selection. He's got a great staff together. He kept one of my guys, Sadie Washington, with him. He's got and Phil Martelli picked up from St. Joe's, Howard Isley. They got a good staff, and there's enough guys. There's enough guys coming back that he'll coach them up. I know they will do that.
Coach, appreciate the time.
Thank
John
you very
Beilein.
much, guys. All right, bye.